Question 2, Jenny Markloff.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Regional Development and asks, what announcements has he made about regional development?
The Honourable Shane Jones.
Speaker, last week the Deputy Prime Minister and I visited Opotiki to mark the completion of new breakwater walls at Pākihi Kura, the Opotiki Harbor. This development started under the former Minister Stephen Joyce, completed by ministers including myself, represents the first major harbour built in New Zealand in decades. It reflects government investment, boosting resilience. It will have a host of benefits, not only economic, but addressing underinvestment at a part of New Zealand where sadly much of the economy has passed them by.
Supplementary. How is the government supporting better economic outcomes in the Eastern Bay of Plenty?
The Eastern Bay of Plenty, sir, is an area where the Whakatohea tribe is located, along with a host of other iwi with a proud history in Te Ao Māori. From time to time, the Crown, in order to address problems in the market, will take a risk and make investments. An investment over the last 6 years was made in improving the resilience of the mussel industry in this part of Te Ika a Māui, the North Island. During our visit up there, it was confirmed that the Crown will continue to work with private sector, including the Craig Investment Group, the Whakatohea tribe, a host of other Māori investors, to grow the platform of the mussel industry, to improve the prospects of the local community, but as my leader said, most importantly, to deliver a message to the pakeke, the rangatira of that area. The Crown will take a modest risk from time to time, but Māori leadership must send a message to our own young people. The day of staying at home on the dole is over. If you do not work, society does not owe you a living.
Supplementary. How else is the government supporting economic development in the Bay of Plenty?
Sir, a regional summit was held in Whakatane, well attended, at the Baptist Church building. It was attended by a host of people who were present to hear the words of salvation from my good self. Civic representatives turned up, various iwi representatives, and they brought a veritable collection plate of proposals. We shared with them that a host of ministers, some more flinty than others, will consider the various co-investment proposals, but most importantly, we expect regions themselves to be better organised, and where there are opportunities for the Crown to de-risk projects, we want the resources, we want the opportunities in regions to be developed in such a way that it leads not only to employment, better resilience, and we want councils to ensure they are not putting barriers, impediments in the way of the private sector doing their own investments. And I look forward, as I shared in Whakatane, to the productivity growing as a consequence of not only the extension of marine farming permits till 2050, but also the fast-track 150-odd proposals.
Before the member asks another question, can I just remind the Minister of my advice to the House last week about the length of responses to questions from ministers. So far, much as it may have been delivered in the form of a gospel, it is far too long. And we'll have one more try with Jenny Markloff.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Why is the government investing in the regions?
It's important that we spread the resources of the Crown in terms of the reforms that we are making, the opportunities that we support, and that we remind people that Parliament has to serve all of the regions, not just select professions and not just the areas that have continually been supported by parties with narrow interests such as the Green Party.